Hello.
Hello, we're back another Sunday.
Yes,
Ooh,
another
Sunday fun day.
Sunday. Yeah, so we're back for episode 2 of Double Feature.
Yes, I'm excited. A little more light this week. I know last week was pretty heavy subject matter. We did vigilante justice and talked about two good films, The Eye for an Eye and The Brave One. This is a little bit lighter, you guys, this week.
Yes, we thought we'd bring some comedic humor with our choices today.
It's
Yeah.
needed in the world we live in.
Okay, so we'll go right into it, you guys. So the films that we'll be discussing today are 2025's One of Them Days.
So excited.
Yes, in 1995's Friday.
Oh my goodness. Like two well we're going to get into more detail of course you guys about why we chose these two films specifically, but both oh my god comedic gold. If you
Mhm.
haven't seen them, hopefully you guys will jump or run to see them after the stream. Okay, so I don't know, do we want to like kind of talk about like the cast initially? So one of them days
Oh,
I'll kind of
okay.
just note stars. Our two title characters in this film are Kiki Palmer and SZA, and this is
Mhm.
actually her first on-screen debut. For people who don't know, SZA is a very talented, very successful singer, R&B singer,
Oh, yes,
and
I love her music,
oh
love
my
her
god, love
music.
it. And then Kiki Palmer, oh my god, we love us some Kiki. Like no
Mhm.
explanation needed. And then Mika, do you want to highlight our two title actors characters in Friday?
Oh, yes, so in Friday, we have, Ice Cube, who stars as Craig, and then we have Chris Tucker, who plays Smokey.
Oh yes, and oh my god, I'm so sorry, you guys. Kiki Palmer plays Drew in One of Them Days, and SZA plays Alyssa.
Yes.
Well, before we kind of jump into the film, kind of give a little bit more synopsis. Let's kind of let everybody know what we're drinking tonight. A little bit different, an
Yes.
iced tea pairing.
Yes, and I have mine in my tumbler. But yes, for this segment, we decided to make sure we do some nice tea pairings to kind of go with the themes of the films. So for this film, we did an ice sweet tea with lemon, and we kind of thought about to for these movies, all happen on a nice hot summer day, a nice drink that you can have like sitting on a porch. So what better thing than ice sweet tea with lemon? And like I said, mine is in my tumbler.
I kept mine nice in my big mug. The cubes are in there. The
Yes.
iced tea is in there.
Yeah, so we thought, hey, that's a great pairing. Let me see, who do we have? And we do have someone. Oh, hi, Paul. Hi,
Oh, hi,
twins.
Paul.
Oh, excited for Sinners. Yes, we
Oh
are
my
super
gosh, this
excited.
Friday. Ooh, can't wait. And it's gotten really
Yes,
great reviews, you guys.
it
We
is.
never swear by reviews, but I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and I'm hearing that is going already. People are saying who've already seen it early that they think this will be the best film of 2025. So look at
Ooh, that's saying a lot. We're not even like halfway through the year yet. So, oh wow.
mhm. Yeah, we might
I
have to
have
go
high
Thursday.
expectations if that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I might have to go Thursday because I'm so excited for
Ooh,
this one.
I'm
We'll
so
see.
excited. Oh, people let us know if anyone has seen any early screenings. Like even if you're catching us on the replay, no spoilers, but let me know if it's worth the hype.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big one this week. I'm pretty sure. I can't
I'm
wait.
thinking it'll do well. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that it's a box office success. I think it's promising. There's been a
Mhm.
lot of buzz about it, so I'm optimistic.
I know, because so far for this year, I mean, we've had some good ones, but the box office has been a little lackluster. So I'm hoping
Oh,
that this
yeah.
will
How did
take off.
Drop do? Do you know how Drop did this week or no? I didn't even look
Oh,
at
I
that yet.
didn't check. Yeah, we actually gonna go. What we say Tuesday to go see Drop?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
gotta check that. I haven't checked the box office, but I got that one also got good reviews. So
Oh, great. Okay.
Acres of Movies. Hey, hello, and thanks.
Hi.
Excited for the program. Thanks for stopping by again.
I know. Love to see you
Oh, she
always.
said I saw Sinners and I won't say anything. Ooh,
Ooh, okay. Oh,
okay.
well, okay. Maybe just say, what would you rate it on a scale of
1 to 10, yeah.
1 to 10?
Yeah, just give us your rating. Don't say anything, but give us your rating. And then Paul said, "Her Just Another Day, similar to Friday, and movie sounds good." Oh, yeah, one of the yes, okay, and we're not gonna do me and Kira are gonna really try not to do any
To the best of our ability,
spoilers.
no spoilers, you guys.
Yes, because we do gotta realize that even depending on how old the movie is, people
People
probably
still haven't seen it,
yeah,
yeah.
people probably
So
haven't seen
we
it. So
wanna
we're gonna
be
do
we wanna
our
be
best.
mindful of that.
Yes, we're gonna do our best.
We'll
Okay,
do our
so
best.
yes, we'll do our best. Okay, so we'll go right into kind of the synopsis of each film.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so starting with, where do you want to start with? Want to start with one of them days or Friday?
I mean, whatever, you know.
Okay, I'll start with Friday, and I'll pull up our main characters again. So for Friday, we find friends Craig and Smokey. They have till sunset to take care of a drug deal debt. They have to come up with the money for a local drug dealer, or they won't make Saturday. Basically, is the synopsis for the film. So it kind of follows them throughout the whole day, trying to kind of accumulate this money for the villain is Big Worm. Try to get his money before sunset.
Yes, played by Faison Love.
Oh yes, Faison Love. Yes. Oh, and let me just say, because I know we did our starring cast, but let me kind of go over like some of the cast in these movies, because the supporting cast is just amazing. Oh, guys, excuse me if you hear our cat in the background. He won't let us great through stream. So in addition to Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, who are our main stars, we also have in Friday Nia Long, John Witherspoon, Bernie Mac, Regina King, Anna Maria Horsford. This just a great cast in this film. So they do a great job with this one. Kira, do you want to do the synopsis for one of them days?
Yes, I will. Yes. And so, okay, one of them days again takes place in one day. And it stars again Kiki Palmer as Drew, and SZA plays Alyssa, who's her roommate. And the overall synopsis of this film is we kind of follow Alyssa and Drew throughout the day, and they have 2 deadlines that they have to meet. Basically, have their rent money by 6 p.m. and then also have the money owed to another so-called villain, King Lolo, I believe is his name, by 10 p.m. And you know what I thought was so funny? That in both films, like they had by till 10 p.m. as the cutoff for them to like repay these debts.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And just to kind of give you again, I'm not gonna highlight the entire cast of one of them days, but like there's some really good features in this. So Cat Williams,
oh yeah, he's so great in it.
So funny. Janelle James, Abbott Elementary Queen.
Oh yes,
and then oh my God, Hollywood royalty Vanessa Bell Calloway. So just a few,
also yes,
that we find in this film that makes it also worth watching.
Yes, and we do got some comments. Let's see. Dazed and Confused are all set in one day too. Oh, awesome. Yeah. That's great. And I love Dazed and Confused.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks, Stacey. Great movie picks. These are fun movies. Friday was so popular on cable and home media. People always watched it. Oh yes. It's just one you could just throw on. I think it's aged really, really well. It's always a good time, just so funny. So what do you think, Harry? Would you agree with that?
Oh, I agree. And I think it's I would call it like a staple, especially in Black cinema, but in general has a really big following, kind of a cult classic, if you will.
Yeah, people
revisit it often, and it holds up really, really well. It's funny every time I watch it.
Okay, so we thought we'd break down some of the similarities of the films, and kind of why we tied them together. So we already talked. Yes, we already talked about how both films are just hilarious. But one of the things I pointed out, Kira, for similarities, they both take place in one day, as we've already mentioned. So I noted that in Friday, everything takes place on Friday. Between Smokey and Craig, and then one of them days it follows, like you said, two Drew and Alyssa throughout their day trying to collect the rent money. So that was one of the similarities I highlighted between the film. I really like that.
Oh, definitely. Valid point. I love the fact that everything ensues in like one day, right? That make it or break it in each film, all our characters. And then I really love the similarity in terms of like following our friendships, like our two leads. I mean, you shift the perspective. And Friday, of course, we have 2 male friends.
Oh yeah.
And then in one of them days, it's a more female centric perspective, flipped upside down with our female leads, who are friends. Oh yeah, so I love the similarity with regards to that.
Okay, another similarity I noted was that they both take place in kind of urban neighborhoods. So I know
urban neighborhoods. Yes,
I know Friday focuses on South Central, and then one of them days is I think it's Baldwin Hills is kind of the area they're in. So I thought that was really interesting how they both take place in urban neighborhoods and kind of the different characters you kind of interact with in those communities.
Oh yeah, so funny. Well, one of them days is hilarious just because we see Alyssa and Drew as roommates, and the sense of community with regards to everyone who lives in their complex. Those interactions are hilarious. And then of course we follow them throughout the neighborhood to like some of their familiar haunts, and so we get the feel in terms of those interactions. And then Friday is hilarious because for the most part everything takes place in just this neighborhood, and you get to interact with the community and then the neighbors. And even when they kind of leave briefly the neighborhood, they go into a store that's clearly familiar, corner store, and then the interactions they have there. So it's really funny. Yeah, I like how community is utilized in both these films in an urban setting.
Oh yes, yes. And I love some of the things that kind of happen, like not to spoil, but even how we said in one of them days where they kind of have to get the rent money for their landlord. I think his name is Uche, is the landlord. Yeah, but I also like how they had like too how he's trying to like get, because both neighborhoods are predominantly black, like how he's trying to kind of, I guess, kind of get some more diversity in the neighborhood. So how he's
clearly gentrification at its best. Yeah, and we, not to give too much away, but we are introduced to Bethany, who is the only white tenant who moves into this complex. And when you actually see the differences in terms of how Uche interacts with Bethany and what her apartment looks like compared to everyone else, and that's when you get that little feel of like standards, if you will. But you're right. Yes, Uche expects the rent on time. My African landlord is not playing about his money, and he wants his money by 6 p.m.
Yeah, and so again, like I said, I know you talked about the community in one of them days. What did you think about the community aspect in Friday? I loved kind of how with Smokey and Craig, because a lot of people do that when you're sitting out and hanging on your porch, kind of just checking out the neighborhood and chilling with good vibes, like just kind of checking out to see what all your neighbors are doing. What did you think about the community in Friday?
Oh, I love the community. I don't think this is giving too much away, but we actually find Craig on a Friday. He's lost his job. That's not giving anything away in terms of like why he's home, right? And then Smokey comes by to visit, and they're kind of just hanging out for the day. But I do love the sense of community because you get to see snippets of his parents, who Craig Ice Cube character live with. You actually walk down the block a little bit and you'll interact with Smokey's mother and kind of sees his environment in the same neighborhood. You get Stanley, who the next door neighbor, he don't want nobody on his grass. You interact with the pastor, right? Reverend
Miss Parker.
Yep, Miss Parker across the street. I just Hector, who strolls through the neighborhood with his souped up nice car though, like honestly. I just love it. It's just everyone knows everyone. Even for the kid who actually is knocking down the trash cans, is escaping me. But I just love the sense of community, because even if you don't get along with people, like you understand like their mannerisms, like who they are and where they fall in terms of that every day.
Oh yeah, and same thing with one of them days, like you already mentioned, like just everyone knows everyone. I love too. You got the hair braider outside.
Oh my god! And can we say he did a half job, you guys? Like we found my girl Drew with half her hair braided, and oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, let me just go to the comments. Hey Meka and Kira. Hey Holland. How are you?
Holland. For stopping by.
Oh, hey Sasha. These movies do seem like companion pieces. I did like the community aspect. Yeah.
Oh yes, agree, Sasha. Oh, and Sasha, let us know. I know you saw Friday. You saw one of them days too, right? I think you should.
Yeah, let me know if you've seen it. And Paul said, "Oops, I thought the movie was called Just Another Day instead of One of the Days. My bad." Oh no, no problem, Paul.
That's fine. It could be called that though, honestly.
Oh yeah. And then oh hi Tony. He said I was waiting for Ezekiel to yell out, "Hey everybody, Smokey's taking a." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're Ezekiel. Oh my god. Yeah, just his character was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, Sasha said she did.
Great, Sasha. Yes.
I saw both movies.
Very nice. Okay, very nice.
Okay, great. Okay, so
you're gonna share. Okay, yep.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say still on the similarities. One thing that I had noted was I think both films did a really good job in terms of discussing or showing at least the real life struggles of each of our characters. So I know in Friday, reasonably, I already noted this. We find Craig, he's lost his job.
Yep.
And it's so realistic, right? Especially now, my goodness, like no job is guaranteed, but to lose your job, we all know those setbacks and what that
Mhm.
does in terms of like being able to provide for oneself. And Craig is hilarious because his father, played by the late John Witherspoon, is basically
Yeah.
like, you need to get the job or you need to find somewhere else to live.
Yeah.
Basically. And then
Yeah,
even in terms of
especially Kira, because he eating everything in the home,
yeah, every time I
according
come
to his
into the
dad.
kitchen, you always in the refrigerator.
Eating all the pig feet.
Yeah, yeah. I think it does a really good job in terms of real life struggles. We see addiction, even though it's in a comedic way.
Oh,
We
true, true.
actually deal with some heavy subject matter, even though we're utilizing humor,
Mhm,
respectively.
mhm.
I'm trying to think of in real one of them days, for example. We know how hard it is just to make ends meet in terms of making sure you have enough to pay all of the monthly bills, right?
Yeah,
And when
yeah,
something disrupts that, even especially when we work living paycheck to paycheck, one
yeah.
thing that kind of goes out of whack can throw you completely off. And so,
Mhm.
in Friday's case, they needed to have that $200, which, oh my God, I feel like right now is no money, but $200 is a
Oh,
lot of money
no.
when
You
you
could
have it.
you could go out you can go out and buy some well,
Girl, I go
I don't even know
outside
how many
and I've spent 100.
yeah,
No
I don't even
lie,
know how
you
many
guys.
groceries. I said
Yes.
the other day it came up to like 200. I said, "What did I get? I didn't even
The
get did I get food?"
condiments,
Condiments,
condiments. That's it, no
condiments.
food but condiments.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then
condiments.
in one of them days they have to two things take place. They have to get the $1,500 for the rent by 6 p.m. Right, and don't pay no rents. It's only a matter of time before we see that notice to quit, that eviction
No,
notice.
and this one, this landlord's so bootleg, he ain't even giving you
No,
that.
Uche was not playing. He said 6 and he meant 6, not 601.
All
And
items on the
then
curb.
it's compounded by King Lolo, and without giving too much away, he wants $5,000 from them by 10 p.m. So when we're already pressed for funds and money, it
Mhm.
really highlighted the real life struggle in terms of trying to make it. Even the scene I was saying in one of them days, that payday loans.
Oh,
Gosh,
yeah.
vicious cycle, you guys, and
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
well,
such
this
a way to
just
highlight that
just look at that, 'cause those
predatory
are, like,
practices.
get money quick schemes, and you end up paying more interest on top of that, so, yeah, I like how they actually put that in.
Oh yeah, because it's predatory practices, but again,
Mhm.
quick money, especially
Quick
when you're in a
money.
crunch and you need it. And one thing I will highlight though is what I would give to all of the characters in this film is by any means necessary, they were trying to make a way out of no way,
Yeah.
even when the things were stacked against them.
Mhm.
For sure. I don't know if you
Yeah.
want to show like the clips.
Yeah, yeah, we can actually I'll show a clip. It kinda breaks down what we talked a little bit about the synopsis, but it kinda breaks down kind of, each film. So we do have, one clip from
Yeah, we'll show the clip and come back and give it a little bit more context.
yeah.
Why would you give the money to Keyshawn?
Oh,
Damn.
sorry. So we can't focus on the past right now. We gotta focus on the future. We don't have the money. We just gotta make the money.
We gotta make the money by $600, $1,500? Not to mention I got the interview at 4. Alyssa, come on, man. I should be getting my hair done, getting my mind right.
You look great to me.
Gotta have faith.
Gonna be all right. It'll work out.
It don't just work out. We need a plan. You need a plan, man.
Oh, and Kira, before we get into that, Shasha, because that'll probably go into what we're gonna talk about for that clip. Shasha said for one of the days, SZA's character was making me so annoyed.
Shasha, I agree. You know, one thing I will say about SZA's character, Alyssa, I felt like she was such well, first of all, annoying, right? Because
Mhm.
in the real world, I need you to be focused. I need you to prioritize. I need you to have common sense.
Yeah, she was
Was
really
definitely
lacking.
lacking. I mean,
Yeah,
I admired her free spirit, her wanted to be an artist, but when I
yeah.
say naive, oblivious, like in that clip, she gave Keyshawn as SZA's boyfriend, Alyssa's boyfriend in the fake boyfriend, faux boyfriend, uh,
Mhm.
in the movie, and like just the lack of common sense given their rent money to this
Mhm.
person who clearly did different things with the rent money than dropping it off to the landlord.
Yeah, and I like the kind of the different personalities with each friend between Dreux and Alyssa. And like you said, you explained Alyssa really, really good. She was annoying and was kind of pissing me off a lot through the movie. But I love Drew's character because she was a nice balance, you know, someone who's really focused. You know, she was trying to get this new job. So while all the stuff is happening, she also has to prepare for an interview. And this is someone who's trying to always make the better of her circumstances.
Yeah, better her circumstances.
Yeah,
Yep.
compared to kind of like you said, Alyssa, who's kind of always, it seems, in La La Land.
Oh, one thing that's not lost on me is, especially in friendship, I think what makes friendship quite unique is like we don't want everyone to be the same, but the goal is to complement one another.
Yeah,
And when one lacks, the other person hopefully is the voice of reason. If you fail in that area, like we can balance each other out a little bit better. I think that with Alyssa and Dreux, completely different, opposite people. Even in the same breath, you saw why they're dynamic, why they were friends, right? And there's one scene when they kind of really arguing, where they're kind of highlighting all of the things they don't like about one another, but it also frames why they're friends also. So how do you deal with the shortcomings when you expect more from the person that's your really good friend?
Oh yeah, good point, Carol. And Tony said Sasha kept yelling at Kiki's character, "Stop giving her the money." Yeah, that's not the type of friend you probably would want to hold the money. You know what I mean?
Probably you're not holding this money.
You don't hold the money because she's so
you're doing a bank check right to Uche.
Yeah. I don't even know why you would have picked her to kind of be responsible for the rent. But yeah,
there would be no way. Well, you know what wasn't lost to me, because this is an assumption, right? You guys, I'm giving her some grace. I know people, you know
always
me.
giving grace.
I'm always giving grace. So I like to think that every single month they paying this $1,500 on time without any incident, clearly. And perhaps my girl Alyssa always managed the money on occasion. We kind of went back and forth. Okay. But whatever possessed her to give the money to her so-called man, when we actually are introduced to him in the film with the understanding of this man would have never saw $1,500. My money is going from my hands directly to that landlord.
All right, then we'll show a clip of Friday.
What do you say?
Huh? What do you say? Oh, he just said for us to pay him 10 o'clock.
What you mean, us?
Man, that fool ain't gonna do nothing.
Man, I know you didn't.
Yeah! What you doing? Craig!
Yeah! Damn.
What's up?
What'd you tell him?
I just told him we was smoking, man. And we was just chilling.
Man, you was smoking. Man, I smoked half a little piece of joint with you.
Man, that fool ain't gonna do nothing.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
All right, man, he said if we don't pay him by 10 o'clock, he gonna bust a cap in both our ass. We need to pay him, man. He crazy, man. Let's stick together.
I can't believe you got me in the mix with this fool.
Oh, man, I ain't put that joint to your lip and make you smoke it.
Might as well.
And this one too, Smokey is kind of like Alyssa in terms of that friend who's just getting you caught up in some mess, some drama,
unnecessary mess, unnecessary drama. I agree, because I think Craig, now reasonably, Smokey should have taken full accountability. Like, Craig had no parts in first of all, his drug dealing, and the fact that he is supposed to be selling the drugs that he's smoking. And so when Big Worm is rolling through to check on his money, and that you sold his product and you have his proper funds, the only person who should have took accountability for that is Smokey. And ironically, he wraps Craig into this mess. And you know what was so funny in this movie, without giving too much away? I think Craig's character is more level-headed, obviously, in the sense of just realizing how severe the situation can escalate to, like in terms of someone. Now we know people get taken out, my God, for $10 at this point, right? People want their money, like, and they want their money expeditiously fast, right? And so like Craig realized, like, oh, this isn't a person that you play with. Like, he know where you live, he know where I reside. Like, there's no questioning whether or not you have to get this money to this man. You're going to pay this man, and now I'm a part of this. Like, he's not going to distinguish between, oh, it's you. No, it's us now. And I think like Chris Tucker's character Smokey reminds me of Alyssa in the sense of like, oh please, man, like why are you stressing? Like it's not that
Yeah.
big of a deal. Like, oh, relax,
Yeah.
carefree, smoking, taking
Yeah.
everything a little bit too
Loosey goosey.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And like I said, sometimes, and you may always have a friend like that who just is not really thinking on all cylinders, or like just bringing you into some crap. You know what I mean? And then again, like you said, we have our level-headed friends who kind of stay focused and kind of keep things on track.
Oh, exactly. I mean, and you'd like to think, though, especially in these films, where we start in the film with all our characters and where we end, like there is this, in my opinion, this redeeming arc
Oh
of
yeah.
like Smokey and Alyssa. And I'd like to think that because you've gone through such a treacherous day with so many different barriers, right? That ultimately, hopefully, you won't be repetitive going forward. Although I must say, Smokey made me nervous at the end. I mean, question marks. I'm liking to think that Smokey might get it together.
Yeah, that's such a funny ending with Smokey. Yeah, but yeah, it's just and that's a good thing too. I mean, it is good to be carefree and not take life so seriously. It can get you into trouble if you're not careful, but also it's good to have. You should kind of live like that, kind of just focusing on the day, I guess.
Well, yeah, and I do think the balance of a friend like maybe Smokey and Alyssa is in ways that they could be beneficial in a friendship is for you not to take things so seriously. So we do need to have opportunities where we're easier with ourselves. We don't put so much pressure on ourselves, and friends like that can allow us to breathe a little bit because we do need that. I just think when it goes beyond the pale of my life is in danger now.
Yeah, my life is in danger and I got a deadline.
That's a bit much. That's a little bit too rich.
Or the roof over my head is at risk.
It's in jeopardy. That's a bit much. Yeah. I'm feeling unsafe, unsettled.
Okay. Any other similarities or themes?
Go ahead. No, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, okay. One thing that I was gonna note is just the cultural relevance of both films.
I was gonna touch on that. Yep.
Because I know we had noted that both films, of course, in their own ways, they are uniquely different feels. They offer like such a cool window into like the overall Black experience. Not to say this experience couldn't be shared outside of the Black community, but there's a lot of things that you would pick up on and maybe understand with more symbolism, if you will, or relevance just based off of the individual characters being Black and what they might go through. So I thought that was actually really good. And I did like the fact that they utilize in both films comedy as a way.
Yeah, I was going to note that comedy.
But also to kind of heighten the issues that they're all experiencing.
Yeah, and I thought using comedy was so great because you, like you said, you are dealing with some serious issues, like with these deadlines, with financial struggles. Like we said, especially in Friday, they show some things with addiction, but making it funny, using humor, kind of eases a little bit of that tension. I think both films did a great job with the comedy.
Oh, agree.
Okay, any other similarities or themes?
I'm trying to think. We do have some questions, so maybe the questions can actually like further outline some more thoughts. But I do like the similarities that we shared thus far. Oh, and if you guys have anything that stands out, please share that in the chat. Appreciate it.
Oh, yes. So questions. We did this segment last week and we really enjoyed it. So we thought that for each pairing of films we do, we'll try to come up with some questions for the films.
Oh, yes. And if you guys have questions, again, put them in the chat. And if you want to answer some of the questions that we share.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
You want to add that to the chat as well. Love to see that. Okay, so the first one I'll ask then, just because it kind of piggybacks in terms of us discussing comedies, is the first one in the film, is humor effective in delivering deeper messages? What are your thoughts?
I would say it is. And I know we just kind of touched on that, but I would say when things aren't going good in life, or when you're stressed or things are really hectic, finding those opportunities to have some humor or some levity really does go with easing that tension. And I think the films did a great job with that, because sometimes the subject matter was really, really heavy, but again, using comedies to kind of break it down a little bit to kind of ease that tension. I think both films did a great job with that.
Oh, I totally agree. I think for the most part, especially with how the world is and like stress and all the things that are going
Mhm.
on, people tend to generate, even more so now, maybe to comedies or
Yeah.
light-hearted films, especially when we're looking for escapism and just
Yeah.
wanting to have a
Yeah.
good time. Comedies will always reign supreme. And I think with
Mhm.
these two, both highly enjoyable and both equally hilarious. And
Mhm.
like you said, I think though they did cover heavy subject matter in different ways.
Yeah.
The comedic tone of it made it easier to digest, but
Yeah.
it did allow you to enjoy a film and then take away some deeper meaning as well. Like not to
Mhm.
give too much away, like I'm thinking of Friday when we see those exchanges between like Craig and his father, and then what do you do when you're presented with maybe a bully and how you
Mhm.
manage that,
Mhm.
utilizing your wits about you versus violence and things like that.
Mhm. And we just have a comment. Shasha said, "I like the inclusion of Scissor's boyfriend being a hobosexual, just using women for a place to stay." Yeah,
Oh
and I
my
don't know
God,
what would make you
Keyshawn.
think that is a man to hold your money. I don't know.
But Keyshawn, Shasha bring up an interesting point too, because Keyshawn was clever.
Mhm.
When you think in terms about him using his sex appeal, if you will, I guess, without giving too much away, he used what he had as a way to manipulate the women in his life, right? And
Mhm.
so this man was determined to have a roof over his head, and he was able to
Mhm.
do it.
He was able to do it. Yep, yep,
Clearly,
clearly.
clearly.
And then Tony said, "Were you guys as annoyed as I was when the landlord in the evictions? I've been evicted and it doesn't get to the furniture on the curb unless you really late with the rent." Yeah, that was
He highlighted that point.
yeah,
It's
he
so
was
illegal,
yeah,
so
he
illegal.
was in so many violations with that. No notice, no court process.
Oh, yeah, so basically, if the rent due on the 1st, I know it's late on the 2nd, right? But I at least have 14, 15 days
Yeah,
legally to get that rent paid. I might have some penalties, but at
yeah,
least I'm getting a notice to quit, okay? And then I might get the additional notice, now I'm taking you to court, okay?
okay.
And I'm
Yes.
still in my place usually until court when
Uh-huh.
the judge is gonna make a determination. Now, I ultimately would get evicted, right?
Yeah, eventually.
Within reason on
You
the
would have that knock on
circumstances.
the door probably.
Yeah, but the Uche, he took it to the next level in terms of when he said 6 meant your stuff on the
Mhm,
curb, you on the streets,
mhm,
my locks are
mhm.
changed.
Yeah, but again, look at that too, because I know one part of the movie they have another tenant who was all his stuff was out on the curb, like got evicted. But you do think again to people who live in paycheck to paycheck, he's probably such a slumlord because he knows these people probably don't have the resources to go to court to kind of go against him. So
Well, and that's highlighting another issue, right? In terms
mhm,
of real life struggles, right? When
mhm.
you think about fair housing laws, you guys, I'm getting real technical, right?
I
At this
know this.
point, right? The appeal process, proper notification, even fixing things, right?
Mhm.
In one of them days, my God, we already knew he was a slumlord, the ceiling and everything. Like the way he maintained this property, clearly was just like, look, you happy you have a roof over your head, pay the rent, and you can maintain this, right? And all its, I guess, loveliness. No, right? So yeah, slumlord thick and through.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, yes. Okay, so the next question is do we think our title characters were misunderstood by others in the film, or even misunderstood between one another?
Definitely one of them days. I think Drew and Alyssa, because I got that, especially Drew, really was having a hard time understanding Alyssa's whole mindset, especially with giving the rent money to her boyfriend and kind of like you mentioned earlier, just living in this carefree world and not really having a sense of direction. Like you said, once they have their kind of little blow up and kind of get an idea of where each other is coming from, I think that's kind of resolved. But I did see a struggle there, really trying to kind of understand where each other was coming from.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I think that you hit on everything I would say in terms of Drew. I think Drew tried to understand where Alyssa was coming from in different situations throughout the film. I do think even in the clip that we showed, like when Alyssa's character, SZA's character, Alyssa, when she's saying like, "Oh my God, you gotta have faith, right? Like it'll all work out. We just gotta get this money." I mean, I love the fact that she didn't fall apart, in the sense of like the gravity of the situation. But like Drew's like, "Oh, come on, you need a plan. Always things just don't work out because you want them to just work out, and you echo those words without real action steps.
Mhm.
Like." You have to have a plan. You need to take things seriously. So I think there was misunderstanding between the two, and we do see them come into blows a bit. But I also think that they come to an understanding about why they each are the way they are. And I think the same thing in Friday, right? Like it's a good vibe, it's a good time. Craig and Smokey are clearly friends. We love their banter. We love
Yeah.
seeing them out in the rapport they have, but it's also the same thing. Craig is serious. He is frustrated that he's not working. He is not someone just smoking weed all day, smoking weed at all, really, like the brief amount that he took with
Oh
smoking.
yeah, the brief amount he did, he was all over the place. Yeah.
He's usually at work, like he like probably a typical like weekly shift schedule. And he just takes things more seriously. And so like there's a clip even in the film when he's really going at Smokey seriously about like, this is not a game, right? Like this is real life. So I think there was misunderstandings between the two for sure. And I also, one thing that I thought too about Friday is that's just the misunderstandings in terms of like how we interact with even like parents. Like I found like Craig's parents initially has such funny moments between Craig and his interactions with them, but in all seriousness, you could see how much they loved him, even his sister. Like everyone had each other's back, and there were moments when like there was serious conversation being had. So you can assume that the person doesn't care about this person, or like they're all about like, you need to just be working and paying to live here. But it's more deep rooted.
Yeah. We have Patrick joining us, and Patrick said Friday is my favorite comedy of all time. Oh, awesome.
It's a staple, man. So funny.
Yeah, it's one you could just throw on anytime.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. I'll throw another question. What do the film titles Friday and One of Them Days say about the normancy of a day?
Well,
I was saying this is so ironic, especially the One of Them Days, because it's just kind of like this could be typical in terms of the things that come up in the day, especially with real life struggles. I might have money on Monday and I have a repair that comes up and my money going on Tuesday. So it's just one of them days where I'm just trying to get through it to the best of my abilities. You know what I mean? But I liked how both like fell into like just this day that should be normal.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely can relate to some of the struggles, not the like my life in danger, none of that.
Not yet. Hopefully not.
But I definitely can relate to like the struggles, some struggles that people might have throughout life. So maybe financial struggles or things of that sort. Looking for different jobs, navigating the job market. So those themes or those struggles I could definitely relate to.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, two more I'll ask. What message does the film convey about perseverance, if any? Maybe like in difficult situations. I do think that one thing that I will highlight is like in both films, they had no choice, in my opinion. Like if you didn't make it work, it's one thing to say like, oh, I don't have the rent money and I'll kind of deal with the fact that I don't have this money. I can't make it come out of nowhere. But I also think in addition to that, especially in One of Them Days and then in Friday, they ultimately had their lives at risk if they didn't meet like this 10 p.m. timeline. So I just think in terms of perseverance, they were determined to figure out how they were going to make a way out of no way. I'm not going to go into detail about what was the overall outcome, but they persevered. They figured out what they needed to do to kind of get it done.
Yeah, ditto. I mean, you kind of explained that thoroughly. So yeah, I think in both films they all tried to find a way to kind of get the money that they needed. And I like to think off the cuff. Some of the things they came up with to kind of get this money was really just genius. So it does speak to the perseverance and to a lot of people probably, because when you have to make a deadline, sometimes you'll try to figure out what you can do, like in terms of work, maybe taking 2-3 jobs to kind of meet your deadline. You know what I mean? You do what you have to do as people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then Patrick said, oh, I think there was drive by. Nope. So that was the only thing I couldn't relate to in a day.
Oh yeah. Oh, Friday. Yes.
Yeah. And then
Now
Patrick
that's when I would have been like, you know what, this friendship, I might have to rethink this friendship. Like if you ever put my life in danger like that again, when I'm ducking bullets, that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. I might have to reevaluate the company I'm keeping. No shade, smoke, no shade.
Oh yeah. And then Patrick said, I think Big Worm overreacted for a meal. Yeah, for $200, but hey,
$200. I know, I said that.
I watched a couple 48 hours, and people be taking out people for like
less than that.
Yeah, the bare minimum nowadays is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but $200. I was like, dang, my life is over because of that. Woo. But see, can I say that's when you take somebody very seriously?
What did Big Worm say though when he's talking about on the phone though? He said it's about the I forget what he say. I think it's about
the principality.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, so basically it's kind of just saying like, look, is no love lost here. I'm about my business. Like you was sent to do a job, you didn't do it, and you don't have my money. I mean, again, extreme that you were gonna kill me for that, but okay.
And then Patrick said his ice cream truck was making bank. Yep. Doing everything but selling the ice cream because he was even taking the money from the kids.
Oh, from the kids. Oh my gosh. And can I say a little quick cameo there of a young Megan Good for people who missed that?
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Shasha said, yeah, compare Big Worm's $200 to the villain in One of Them Days, one in 5,000. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. King Lolo. And can I say, you guys, the funny thing about King Lolo, but he was serious. $5,000 compared to $200. Now I could definitely rack together some $200. I mean, I can ask people and can bring that together. I can get that.
Do a nice, and then maybe for the 5K, do a nice GoFundMe.
Maybe. You know, I might be able to get that. $200 I could definitely scrounge together versus that $5,000. $5,000 by the end of the day, I might not make it. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. Yeah, see, and that's what Patrick said. He said it's the principal. Yes, that's what he was saying. Oh, and then he said, oh yeah, Megan Good just married. Yep. Yeah, they've been. I think they've been dating for quite. Well, not a long time, but
not a long time, but a bit. Yeah, I know that's been shocking everyone. I don't know what people's thoughts are about that. Hey, to each their own. We'll see. And then the last question I had was, what do you think in terms of specifically with One of Them Days? Do we think it has the staying power like Friday?
What, in terms of like being a cult classic?
Like almost like a cult classic, but we revisit this film often and think of it fondly in the same way that Friday is. I like to say I do. I think it has two characters played by two actresses that are very likable and relatable even in real life, and that people love their chemistry. And just the comedic timing of this film was really enjoyable. It was fun. You laughed. I love the cameos. I just think it was done really well. So I say yes.
Yeah, I think it definitely has the potential to kind of maybe be at that level. I enjoyed it. I've watched it a couple times since I first watched it. It's still a good time, you know what I mean? So I think it does have the potential to get to that status.
Oh yeah, sometimes you never know, because I'll say like a film. The one thing I like about the films, even if they've come out years ago, is that we always have the privilege of revisiting it. But I'm always taken aback by the films that become beloved, and Friday is one of them. That regardless if it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it will still be a film that people talk about, revisit, and watch over and over again with the same type of feelings that it provokes. And I'd like to think One of Them Days, which is brand new, right? It came out this year. Will it have the same staying power 5 years, 10 years from now? I'm going to say yes, but we'll have to watch and see. And maybe Just Another Day will come out.
Oh yeah, and like Patrick said, you know, Friday's his favorite comedy of all time, so you can see the love for it there. Shasha said it's possible that the next generation may view this like we view Friday. Yeah, agreed.
Exactly, Shasha. Valid point. Oh, I agree. I like that, Shasha. Valid point.
And then Corey, hey Corey, how are you?
It's so interesting too in terms of like our younger sister actually watched One of Them Days. She loves SZA, has been to all of her concerts, and she was already gonna go regardless of what the film was about. But it's so funny because we put her on to Friday, so it really just speaks to Josh's point about, okay, I know you loved One of Them Days, please watch Friday, you'll love it, and she loves it, just like Clueless. We made her go back and watch Clueless.
Oh yeah, it does love that. Yeah, because our younger sister, how old did she turn this year? She
27.
Yeah, she'll be 27
Oh,
this year.
guys, oh my God, we that's not our youngest sibling.
I know. We got
oh my God, we have an 18-year-old. We have a 13-year-old.
Yeah, but this is we've been loving showing them like older films that we grew up loving, like Clueless and like Friday and things of that sort. And it's just been fun to kind of watch them enjoying those films and seeing their reactions.
So Friday was a really good example of ones that we told our younger siblings to watch, and like they loved it. And they of course knew Chris Tucker, and that's the unique piece too, right? Like, you know who Ice Cube is, clearly, you know who Chris Tucker is, and you've probably seen them in other works, but to kind of pair it with a film that's similar to something that they love, I completely agree with what Shasha says is going to be like kind of what they revisit. And then we'll see what comes next.
And then because the movie says, I agree with you, Meka and Kira. Awesome. Patrick said, here's a cool fact about Friday. Every main character has their unique theme music. Oh, yes. I love that. Yeah.
I know Debo. Oh,
yes. And that's so iconic how they did that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they used the movie said, yes. Okay. And any more questions, or is that kind of all the questions you came up with?
Well, the only last question was if you've ever had a day similar to this. What I will say is I've never had a day that was like,
yeah, I think we got to touch on that,
or Smokey or Craig. Yeah. I've definitely had days that have gone wrong, but maybe I should count my blessings. They've never been to this magnitude. Or maybe my cards didn't start, days, but never to the magnitude of
like Patrick said, we're not doing those robbers. We not.
Yes, exactly. And I do just want to highlight rest in peace to Tommy Lister Jr., who played Debo in Friday. Oh my gosh, just as like he made the film.
Actually, we've lost 3 people from Friday. So we lost.
I know Bernie Mac.
Oh, no, actually 4, Kara, because the person who played Ezekiel, he passed away.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, John Witherspoon, Bernie Mac, and the character who played Depot. Yeah, 4.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, when you think about that, wow. And see, look how heavy that is. And that's another thing that's so great about film. Like, we're able to go back and watch these beloved actors that we love over and over again, right? So that's great too.
And Patrick said, my grandmother gave me that chain. Yeah.
Oh my God, my boy took his bike, his beach cruiser back, and his chain.
But my whole thing was, why did he hide his chain like that? That was like, okay.
You gotta love, but when you gotta love Red's character. I love when he came over with his father, and like, he was like, come on, Zebo's like, it's just like it's gonna be our bike. It's just we're gonna keep it at my house.
And then Acres of Movies, what character Friday do you relate to the most, or are you most similar to? You
know what I would actually say? I
would actually look at maybe Friday, let me see. I don't know which character. Oh, you know what? Maybe I forget her name in the movie. Regina, not Regina King. Nia Long character, like,
she played I think I have it here. Oh yes, she played Debbie.
Yeah, I like Debbie. She was kind of like had her head on straight, like Craig mother said, she going to school. She got
herself together. Yeah, she got herself together. Unlike her sister, right? She is. Oh, you know what I love? She exercising.
Yeah,
she's looking good. She keeping herself together. She motivated. She don't take any BS. She stands up for herself. Clearly, no fear when it comes to taking care of herself and protecting her family. So I would say I love Nia Long's character. One thing I will say about Craig's mother that I absolutely loved. Although I don't talk about people, I love the scene when she sees Miss Parker across the street.
Yeah.
She said she knows she shouldn't be coming outside like that. Then she said, "Hey girl."
She said, call me when you get home. She's like, okay.
But again, motivated, like have her head on straight, like maintaining the home, going to work. Oh my god, and she's played by like the incomparable Anna Maria Horsford. I would say people's names wrong. You guys forgive me.
Then I would probably say one of them days I probably relate more to Drew's character just because I love her focus, kind of how she's trying to better herself, like always growing in terms of employment. Or just where she sees herself in life. I loved her character. She seemed more centered and more stable than kind of following a plan, and that's kind of me. I like to be kind of organized.
Oh yeah, Alyssa was too fragmented for me.
Yeah.
What I will say is, if I could take Drew in her entirety, right? I love that, but I do like that Alyssa's character made her kind of go outside her comfort zone, even with the character that she was attracted to, that she liked. Throughout the film, and if you could take a little bit of Alyssa's carefree spirit,
just a little bit, just
a little bit, that if you could mesh it together, I like both of those things.
And then Patrick said, "Oh, bye, Felicia."
Oh,
what did she ask him for again? I forgot. I need to borrow your. What did she? I can't remember.
Oh wait, what did she say? I need to borrow your. Oh, was it Smokey car?
Oh yeah, yeah. I couldn't remember. I said, "What did she ask to borrow?"
Oh, yeah, Smokey car.
Yeah. And then Tony said, I had a blonde date like Smokey once. She said she looked like Janet Jackson. She looked more. Oh,
yeah, Freddie. Oh my god, and Zebby hooked him up. Zebby did him wrong for that, right? He said, "Come on, hook me up." Yeah.
And like you said, nothing wrong with the plus size woman, but you got to be honest. You got to be honest.
Let me determine, like, give me the full picture and let me make an informed decision.
Oh my god, I love that one. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that reminds us. One of our friends, you guys, without diving too much in that, told us once that she went on like a first date and like literally couldn't even do it. She got to the table, got up and left, and said, "Look, you lied to me. This picture must be from like decades ago. This is not you, and I'm not about to sit at this table and act like it's you."
Yeah, and the thing is, people just be honest with people. You know, it's not even sometimes about looks. It's just like
when I get there.
Yeah, don't show me this one picture and then you come out of the car.
You know what? You guys don't judge me. Let me give a little bit of grace here, though.
Kara, you in this grace.
No, just give a little bit of grace. I'm just gonna give a little bit of grace in the sense that I think people sometimes just hope for the best. When you see me in person, my personality, everything else is gonna fall into play.
But don't do that. Don't do that because you already starting off with lying.
Okay, I get it.
No,
I get it.
Come with yourself.
I get it.
With who you really are.
Fear.
And then Patrick said Friday is flat out legendary. Oh yeah, it's just a fun time. Oh, I just love it. And it was so fun to revisit like both the films before this episode 2. But just a good time.
I don't know how many times I've seen Friday. My goodness.
I know.
But it was good to actually rewatch it this week again. Yeah.
And again, you could tell how good and legendary it is because it's so quotable. Like, look at everybody in the comments too. You could just remember like all the lines and everything. It's just so funny.
I love when Smokey mother be like, go to the store, get him some cigarettes, and she give him literally $1. He said, "Oh, that's not enough. Make it enough."
So I think we've gone through all the questions, right, Kira?
Oh yes, there's all the questions that I have. I think what we can just jump into, because you guys, we here for a good time, not a long time.
Not a long time.
We're gonna share what next week's episode is going to be about. And you guys, we are mindful. Next week is Easter Sunday, so we're gonna try and figure out how we want to do this episode. Maybe pre-record it. We'll probably pre-record it and just put it up.
Yeah, I was thinking either pre-recorded or we could just do it the following weekend. We'll figure it out.
That should be better now that I'm thinking about it, Meka. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, and then Acres of Movies will Friday get Criterion. Oh, that would be cool if it did.
Ooh, I would love that. It deserves it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would like to see films like that get
manifest
that treatment.
That'd be great.
I would like that. Okay, so the film we're going to be doing next, because it is April is Arabic American Heritage Month. So you guys know we love horror, hence the background.
Oh yes.
So we are going to be looking at the films A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night and then Under the Shadow. So both films are Arabic horrors. That's what we wanted to kind of focus the theme on. So I'm looking forward to these. I did see Now, Kira, I think we kind of go 1 and 1 because I think I saw Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, but you didn't, right?
Right. I have to watch that one, and I've seen Under the Shadow, and you haven't.
That's right. I haven't. Okay. Yeah. I knew it was something like that. Like you saw one and I saw one. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, these are our picks. So, we're so excited to talk about them. And like we said, we'll either do a pre-recorded and have
You
it
know
up.
what? I'm liking, like, just because it's this upcoming weekend, even if people don't celebrate it, it's pretty busy for people in terms of
Mhm.
Easter.
Mhm.
So let's aim to like air this one on the 27th. Why
Okay.
not?
Yes.
In the month
Yes.
with
So we'll
it,
just
give
be
it
back.
the recognition it needs.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be back on the 27th because of the holiday this week. Oh, and we got some people. Okay. Great picks.
Oh, thank you, Shasha.
Oh. And then Corey said, I just saw Girl Walks Home Alone last year. Oh, let us know what you think, Corey.
Oh yeah, I'm eager to see it.
Yeah, then Acres and Movies said good movies, awesome. And the one Toby Hooper did. Oh, wait,
Okay.
did he do because let me just look at who was I forget who directed these. Let me just look that up real quick for each one.
And I think you can watch. I know you can watch Under the Shadow on Netflix still.
That's on Netflix?
Yes, it still should be on Netflix. Hopefully, I'm pretty confident on that.
Oh, and I might butcher the name. For Under the Shadow is Babak on Vari.
We're gonna come correct. We could stop.
I'm gonna make sure I have the right.
Yeah, we gotta put some respect.
Because we can butcher a name and a girl
Yeah, we're gonna
walk
put some respect on it.
Home Alone at Night. Let me see. That one is.
Oh yeah, Under the Shadow is still on Netflix. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, director, yeah, Anna Lily Amapur. Okay.
And I think that one's available on Netflix still too, right? Hopefully.
Check that one real quick here. Is it on Netflix?
I'll double check that.
I think I actually have that one though.
Oh yeah, you did buy that. Oh, take it back. Sorry, you guys. Got your hopes up on Netflix. You can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then Patrick said I always butcher that name, but yeah, aren't they? I had to look that up to make sure I knew. Yeah, they are supernatural beings similar to angels who are created from smokeless fire and are capable of inhabiting the earth and assuming various forms.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I would have been going.
Yeah, so those are gonna be that's gonna be our next episode.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about you guys. Hopefully you'll join us.
Yes,
and that gives you plenty of time, you guys, to watch both films.
Oh yes, and also thank you everyone too who's been sending us some great recommendations for films in the comments, like some pairings. I'm really loving that. So I think Nanette did that in Acres of Movies as well. Thank you guys so much for that. So we're gonna have a lot of fun putting some films together for some pairings.
Oh, and if you guys have questions, I know when we highlight the films that we'll be talking about in each upcoming stream episode, please, we'd love if you guys throw some questions our way too. We'll try to incorporate that in the questions we generate ourselves.
Yes. All right, you guys.
Look at that. We done before 8 p.m.
Yes.
Come on. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
I know.
Hold you hostage on this Sunday, you guys. Tomorrow starts another day for us. And oh my God, you guys, in Massachusetts, it snowed. You guys, let's end this. We woke up to snow on Saturday.
That's crazy.
And I was like, spring where? Spring who? And then tomorrow is going to be 65 here and sunny. Come on, spring.
And you know what I'm also excited about, which is unrelated to movies. Tomorrow is my WNBA draft. Woo!
Come on, Paige Becker's round 1, hopefully. Come on.
Yeah, well, she'll go number 1. Yeah, she'll go number 1.
We'll see. Yes.
Okay. Oh, Ricky came in. Oh, I know Ricky. Hey,
that's okay. Catch us on the replay.
Replay, Ricky. Yes. She said, catch that replay, Ricky. Yes. Awesome. Okay. All right, you guys. So have a good evening. Thank you guys for stopping in, and we'll see you on the 27th for our next episode. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.